Hello. I'd like to explain a little bit about the safety profession as far as job titles are concerned. You see a lot of different people that have similar jobs in industry that are safety and environmental related, and there's a little bit different nuances with those job titles. Not all companies, follow this structure, but this is typically what you're going to find when you look at, job titles and what those roles entail. Um, a lot of times people either go by safety coordinator, safety supervisor, or it'll be EHS, which is environmental health and safety, or another variation of that. Sometimes I see HSE, health, safety, and environmental. But EHS is probably the most typical or prevalent prefix for a job title that you're going to find. And again, not all companies follow this structure. So if your company's different, or if you're looking at putting a safety person, putting that role into your company, just some guidance. All right. So typically, a safety or EHS tech, that's going to be somebody that they might do a few audits, do some of the safety training, more of your basic roles. They're generally not going to supervise, write policies, that kind of stuff, right? Then you're going to have a coordinator. A coordinator might also be the same role as a tech. Usually that's kind of your lower level, entry level safety position. Coordinators typically are going to be, maybe doing the annual audit of a program. They might do the frequent inspections, such as weekly and monthly eye wash inspections, monthly fire extinguisher checks, and stuff like that. Your next step up usually is going to be a supervisor. A lot of places don't have a supervisor if they don't have very many safety professionals. But a supervisor, a safety or EHS supervisor, is typically going to be the safety person or environmental compliance person overseeing a shift. So they're going to oversee a specific group of people or a specific department, but they're generally not managing the entire safety program for the company. Your next role is going to be generally a manager, EHS manager, HSE manager, safety manager. Typically, it kind of does the same thing, just how the company labels it. Managers are typically going to be writing the safety policies and procedures, overseeing the training. If there's more safety staff in that facility, they're typically going to be responsible for them. If you have a company that is one facility or maybe two facilities, usually that EHS manager then is the top person then making safety decisions, environmental decisions, signing off on environmental reports and stuff like that. Now, if we're looking at a large corporation that has multiple sites, regional sites, and stuff like that, then you start looking at an EHS director. Now, that director, they're going to be managing all the safety managers, making sure the safety policies and stuff like that meet the corporate guidelines. They're going to put out corporate policies and stuff like that. All right, so usually what we see then, so again, is a tech and or a coordinator. Sometimes a supervisor. Smaller companies may not have that role. They might just have an EHS manager. Then we'll have the safety supervisor or EHS supervisor, an EHS manager, and an EHS director. Again, completely going to be dependent on the size and the risk of that company. So some companies might have the HR managers responsible for the safety role, which is just fine if you have a smaller, say, an office environment or something like that that does not have a lot of risk. But when you start getting into larger manufacturing facilities, companies with a lot of distribution, hazardous chemicals, stuff like that, then you definitely want somebody that they're in that specialized role as a safety person. All right, so if you have any questions on what you feel the role should be, if you're trying to define that role for your business, or if you're a person trying to break into safety as a career, feel free to reach out to me and ask me questions. I've held all those roles with a lot of different size companies in different industries, and I would be happy to share my experience with you. All right, have a great day.